Hello, beautiful people. I'm really happy to be introducing a friend of mine, Justin Brooke. And if you don't know Justin Brooke, you're in for a big treat. I've known Justin for, 5 years maybe, plus or minus. And he is the man when it comes to media buying. Specifically, for our purposes, he is really one of the upper echelon, the top 1% of 1% of guys who understand Facebook marketing. And when I wanted to do a call, because I get asked about this all the time, and I can get through it, and I have good ads running, profitable, but these things change all the time. And when it comes to Facebook ads, as far as I'm concerned, Justin is the one and only guy that should come and talk to us about it. So, hey, buddy, how you been?
I'm good, man. Thank you for the raving introduction. I hope I can live up to it.
So let's just jump right in. So if an artist is watching me or in a discussion we'll ask, they'll say, so why should I, as an artist, why should I care about Facebook ads? Facebook's free, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a sense, it's free. If your moral and ethical thermometer was a little bit different, then you could just spam everybody on Facebook. I mean, technically you can just reach out to anybody you want on Facebook for free. Chances are you'll probably get your account shut down before the day's over. But so that's kind of the benefit of Facebook ads is if you want to reach everybody, you can. You just got to grease Mark Zuckerberg's palms a little bit. You don't have to spend a lot. $5 a day is great.
Well, that's right, because everybody surely has realized at this part in the game is that your audience reach isn't what it used to be, is it?
No.
It used to be you would put something on Facebook and you get a zillion likes and shares and everything, and now you do it, you're looking, I got 1,000 friends and 50 people saw this. What's going on?
Yeah, that is common. It's also still possible. It's just a lot harder now to get something to reach all of your fans or ideally more than your fans. I mean, if it's social media, you're hoping that this is going to go out beyond just people that you know and that follow you. You're hoping that, it'll go viral. And it is possible, but it's really not very reliable. But what is reliable is throw $5 into the machine and you can reach an extra 1,000 people today.
Right, and that's not nothing. It's funny because, a lot of people are like, oh, Facebook and social media, millions. And then you hear 1,000, it's like, yeah, but that's 30,000 people a month.
Right.
When was the last time you were at an art show and actually had an engagement with 30,000? You didn't.
Yeah, they're probably not. They're just getting 30,000 people whenever they want.
Yeah, exactly. So give us an overview on how Facebook advertising works, because everybody's seen the boost post thing. Mm-hmm. If they have a business account, you can see the boost post. So. And that doesn't work that great. We can talk about that too, but that's not what we mean by Facebook marketing. So like advertising on Facebook, can you give our folks just an overview? How does it work? What does it do? And what can you do with it?
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to address was it doesn't have to be $5. I'm just saying that is a very worthy entry point for somebody. But if you wanted to spend $100 a day, you could reach 20,000 people. If you wanted to spend $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day, it's really, whatever you're comfortable with. Facebook doesn't have the scale that Google has, meaning Facebook kind of taps out around $10,000 a day unless you're a big brand where Google can keep going. But I don't think most artists are going to need that level of volume. That would be millions of people per day. So what is Facebook advertising? It just allows you to extend your reach on the Facebook platform. You can do just about everything that you could do as a normal user on the platform. You make a post, it has a link or a picture, a video, just about everything you would normally do, but you pay a little bit and you can extend your reach. The boost post is not the best way to do things. It's gotten a lot better. Over the years, it used to just, you kind of press a button, put some money in, and I hope it goes to the right people. It was almost like a lottery type of thing where now you can actually kind of have some control over what audience it goes out to or not.
It's far from optimal, though, isn't it?
It's far from optimal. You're gonna pay more than most people. You're gonna get, it's like a convenience store. If you go to the convenience store to buy your gallon of milk, sure, it's right around the corner, but you're gonna pay extra for that. And that's exactly what happens when you do it with the Boost Post. You're paying more than you need to pay for that ease. And if you go through the actual platform, you'll have a lot more options, a lot more flexibility, and you'll pay less.
Because that's the number one thing that I hear. Well, Facebook, I don't advertise on Facebook. I did a Boost Post. I put $25 in, and I didn't get nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And there's a whole lot of things wrong with advertising on Facebook that way, but I would not be surprised if a great majority of our artists don't know there's a whole thing in back of it. Well, obviously they're seeing ads from big, dumb companies, but that's not us. Well, we couldn't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can advertise like any of those big companies.
Yeah, and if you just take a little bit of time to learn, first of all, where do you go to access the ads manager, and then it takes you about 20 minutes to kind of familiarize yourself with the layout of the ads manager interface. What does this button do? What does that button do? But, if you take an afternoon to invest in learning Facebook ads, it will pay for itself over and over and over again, because of the amount of targeting you can do. You can reach out to people within 25 miles of your zip code who like a certain audience or who watch a certain TV show. I mean, there's so many different targeting options that you get, and that's really the power of Facebook. That's why it's become so popular, is because they really changed the advertising game in how much targeting options there are. It used to be you could just target your ads based on like where you were, approximately how old you were, gender. It was very basic targeting, but Facebook made it so you can target down to almost what color shirt they're wearing that day. I mean, they can't yet, but it's
coming.
It gets pretty scary how much you can target on Facebook.
Yeah, that's kind of what I say too. Whatever audience you have, you can find. So a very common, for instance, would be, say you do baby portraits or pet portraits. You can tackle pet owners. You can tackle what kind of pet. You can tackle them by zip code or, certain areas around the world. You don't even have to go locally.
There's actually a setting inside Facebook where you can target new parents. So,
is that right? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
You can target people who are traveling. So you can set, I want to target people who are traveling, and then put your targeting settings to people in Maui, and then you can sell art about Maui to people who are traveling in Maui. That's just one little example of, but you can do so many different things like that.
So say you're having a show in a city so I'm right by Jasper, okay, so it's a big tourist place. If I was having a show there, you can target people who are going to Jasper, are traveling through Jasper, and you can advertise to them, hey, come check this out and drink my booze or whatever you do at your shows. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. A little bit of thinking. This goes a long, long way.
Well, what I would do, I don't want to get too advanced, but the way that I would do it is, if you were having a show for like the week or 2 weeks before that show, I would serve videos to them of like you doing the paintings, not the whole thing. You don't want to reveal everything, but get them involved in your process, and then letting them know at the end of those videos, come see the whole show, and that will really just get them all teased and wanting to see it. And you can do that
for sure.
That's the type of stuff that major brands were doing on TV, but now you can do it with a $10 a day budget.
Yeah, exactly. Unlike any other type of advertising, you can talk to people who will resonate with your message more effectively than any time in history, save door-to-door salesmanship. And who wants to do that? If you take out a newspaper ad or flyers or any of that old school, like a magazine, a lot of artists will say, well, I'm saving the money and it's going to be like $1,000 to advertise in this magazine. And I'm like, just please don't.
Yeah.
So let's just say a newspaper. Say you're having an art show and you decide to put an ad in the paper. Is that the worst thing in the world to do? No, but it's far from the most targeted, because you're paying for ads to people that just aren't into that. You're talking to people that aren't qualified. And that's where I think Facebook really shines, is who is interested in artwork? Yeah. Boom. And the more drilled down you can be, the better. So you want to talk to dog owners, you want to talk to new parents or anything, people that love abstract art, whatever it is, they're there. And you can talk just to them. I'm here to tell you that's a huge, huge revelation, a complete game changer. So you're not wasting any money. And for $5 or $10, you can talk to exactly the people that you should be speaking to.
Yeah. It used to be the argument against Facebook ads was, well, I don't think my people are on Facebook. Now that's really not an argument anymore. I mean, there's 1.7 billion people on Facebook and more coming on every single day. If you were going to advertise in a magazine or a newspaper, chances are you could just target people who like that magazine and who like that newspaper right on Facebook. Anybody who you could target with any other type, you can target them on Facebook because pretty much everybody, not everybody, but a major portion of the population has a Facebook account.
And the speed of which you can test. See, back in the olden times, if you wanted to, get really advanced and run what's called a split test, and essentially it's like, what's going to work? Does this work? Which is better, this one or this one? I don't know. Let's run them both and see which one does the best. Well, if you're doing it even in a newspaper, it takes time. I'm sure they've shortened this somewhat, but back when I was advertising in magazines, there was a 4-month lead. So, I mean, it was Christmas in August because it just took forever. And now it's not. It's very, very quick. Sometimes within an hour, your ad is up and approved in front of people for your $5.
I remember the first time I did a print ad. I was like, all right, well, I've got this digital thing down. Let me expand my horizons out to print. And then I created an ad, and like most cases, the ad didn't work at first. But then I realized with a print ad, there's no okay, pause, let me make a quick change, and then do that again. That's what I was used to because I grew up with digital ads. I mean, that's what I started on. So when things didn't work right away, I was like, wow, I can't just hit pause, make a change, and try again. I've got to wait for this thing to run full circle. I've got to go order the signs again. I've got to go put them out there again. It was horrible. So right then and there, I was like, you know what? I understand that there's an opportunity in print, but I'm going to stick to digital because I can test for $5. If it's working, okay, great. Let's spend 100, or let's spend 1,000, or let's spend 100. Oh, it's not working. Pause and try again tomorrow.
Well, in the last 24 hours, I spent $70 on Facebook ads, and we did over $600 in sales on $70. You're not going to get that in print, and, I mean, we're doing a lot of right things. I am in no way an expert, but you do this and you try that and you let it go for a bit. Let's try that. Okay. Well, that works better. And then you do something else. That doesn't work, so go back. And you can do all this in a very, very short window. I mean, you shouldn't tinker with it constantly. I probably tinkered with it too much because sometimes it takes a little while, but I don't know what I could have spent that $70 on to bring in 6.
And that's not an uncommon story. I'm sure there's somebody who's listening who's thinking, well, that's just because you're an expert. I've got over 2,000 people on my platform where we teach this stuff, and I hear those things over and over and over again. People spending $100 and making $900, or somebody who spent $650 and made $9,000. I mean, I hear these stories literally every day. I hear these stories,
and I can understand people thinking that, cocking an eyebrow because they tried it and it didn't work, or they know a guy who he spent like $100 and lost shirts. Well, and it's because they ran off half-cocked.
Right.
And they just start throwing money around without sitting down for, a little bit here.
So because I get to see so many different people on our platform, I've kind of seen how both levels, what they do differently. This guy does this and he becomes successful. This guy does this and he always becomes unsuccessful. And I can see them right from the beginning. I know within 10 days of somebody coming onto our platform whether this person's going to be successful or not. And that's great for us because we can then deploy customer support resources to them to get them back on the right track. But for anybody else that's listening right now, if you're doing this, stop and let me help you get on the right track. So here's what the person who messes up always does. First of all, they treat it like a lottery. It's like, okay, well, I've got $100 or I've got $500, whatever the amount of money is. They're like, okay, I'm going to try out this Facebook thing. So they've got like this one page that they've whipped up, usually like the home page of their website. It's not even like a dedicated sales page, which it should be. So it's like, oh, okay, I've got $100 and I've got a home page of my website. Let me put $100 into this machine, crank down the arm, see if I make some money. That guy always loses his money every single time. If you're treating it like that, I call it the traffic Hail Mary. It's like you're just going to throw that money out there and hope it comes back to you. What ends up happening is you throw it out there and it just lands in the trash bucket. That's it. So the way that you want to be doing it correctly, we call it the 5x3 method. You want to set up 5 ad groups, 3 ad sets in each. And that doesn't mean you're creating 15 ads. It's the same 3 ads in each of the 5 ad groups. That way you're testing all 5 different ad groups. What do I mean by ad groups? I mean like maybe one of them you're testing people that are locals. Maybe you're testing another one is people that are traveling to your area. Another one is people who like one of your competitors. Another ad group is you're testing people who like certain books or TV shows that are relative. So for me, it's usually I target one ad group, people who like celebrities that are relevant to my market, people who like software or stores that are relevant to my market, people who like books that are relevant to my market, people who like my competitors, and people who like media that are relevant. So media, magazines, TV shows, blogs, anything that's relevant to the market. So that's like my standard 5 ad groups. And then each of those ad groups, we try 3 different ads. And when I say different, I don't mean like you had the at the beginning and no the at the beginning of it. I mean different ads. In the beginning, you're trying to find wild different variations so that you can figure out what they respond to. All right, and then if by chance you can have 2 pages, that you're driving traffic to, even better. But if you've got one, hopefully it's like you made that page for this campaign, not just your default home page. That guy is almost always going to be successful. So what you do is you take whatever budget you have. I'm gonna talk about $500. People can split it up however you want. They can raise it, lower it. So if I had $500, I'm not just going to put $500 in the machine, even with the 5x3 format, and hope that things are going to win. What I'm going to do is, if I have $500, I'm going to put $100 in with the 5x3, and then I'm going to wait, because what's going to happen with the 5x3? 3 of those 5 are probably going to bomb. So you're going to be left with 2 ad groups that got you somewhat of a good result. Inside those 2 ad groups, you still have 3 ads in each of them. One of those ads is going to show its head as being the one that really got the most action. So now you're down to 2 ad groups and 1 ad. Then you put another $100 on that. It's like betting on horses. At first, I'm going to bet on all the horses, and I'm going to see which ones are winners. Then I'm just going to take all my money and bet on those winners. That's the guy.
You cut out the dead.
Yeah, you cut out all the deadbeats, and that's how you do online advertising. And if you think that way and you proceed that way, just constantly repeating that cycle, those are the people that go on to be phenomenally successful.
Wow, I'm not doing any of that yet. But I am with testing a landing page. And what does that mean? It means you make the 2 pages, and I don't want to lose anybody, but there's 2 schools of thought in marketing. One is the long-form sales letter, so to speak, where you put lots of information, you tell your whole story, you don't hold anything back. It's like, this is who we are, like the old W5, who, what, where, when, and why. The whole McGill is right there. Everything you could possibly need to know to make a decision. And then there's the got milk headline. Here it is, take it, the short copy, because everybody thinks the short copy, because nobody's going to read that anymore. And even if that's true, there's something else, because I am split testing this, and the one where it's just, here's the stuff, get it, is getting half the results of the full long form. And I knew that. But I thought, I'm going to test a short one? Yeah, no. It's not working at all.
I would always bet my money on long form.
I've been a long form guy since the beginning, but I wanted to test something. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see if my mother-in-law is right. No, she's not. Again. they're coming up with the different ads. That might sound a little like, oh, yeah, that's a lot of work. It's really not, because you can clone and then change, right?
Yeah, it sounds a lot more fancy than what it is. What I find is most people, they're very intimidated at first because it's all new words. Where are ad sets and tracking pixels, and I get it. Whenever something's new, we're always kind of a little like, yeah, I don't want to touch that. But I promise you, there's nothing you can break, and it's very simple. You just gotta invest a couple hours, and you just really gotta watch a video to what does that button do.
Just because it's new doesn't mean it's difficult.
Right.
It's just new. Right? Pumping gas can be intimidating if you've never filled your own car with gas or something. And the second one is, well, then get someone to show you what to do. So I'm excited about this. Justin's got a brand new course. I'm taking it. I'm looking at 5x3 and I'm like kicking myself. It's like, holy cow, what would my ROI be? Because I'm running one ad to one group of people and I know better. So I'm getting this course and I wanted everybody to know about it. So Justin, talk about your brand new course. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, so we've got a course called Bulletproof FB Ads. It's actually not a new course. We've had it for years, but we've just updated it for 2017. And so we're covering all the latest things inside there. The basics absolutely are covered in there. When you watch the videos, it'll be the latest versions of the interface. That way you're not hearing things and like, wait, but where's the button? I thought you said it was over here and it's not there, and you said it was a red button but it's a green button. Now all of our videos are freshly updated with the new interface and all the latest changes in Facebook, and we teach you the 5x3 method. We show you what good ads look like, what bad ads look like. We take you from rank beginner to, okay, I've got an ad live, let's get this going. And then we show you a couple of advanced tips to make sure that you're, well on your way and not just, okay, I've got an ad, now what? No, we take you past that, now what?
So in my mind, it's like this. Having been around the block a few times, you see how easy it is to get a hole in your bucket, and money or water is just pouring out of the thing. So I've always been in favor of spend a little bit of money. Let's find out from the guys that know, learn from their mistakes. Guys that have been doing this, whatever it is, longer than I have and will know better. Is there a course? And take it, because whatever you spend on education, you save, because you're not wasting money. But even if you're only just learning where the potholes are, that alone is
just
is
a
invaluable.
section on bad ads really is worth the money.
Yeah. Yeah, and you said you had a coupon for our people to come and introduce themselves and say hi with your course.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we agreed on 20%.
Yep, wherever this video is, we'll put the link in the coupon code. So you need to put the code in to get the discount. That's how this works. Very cool. So I'm going to be the first guy through the gates. I can't wait, because here's the thing, is there's lots of ways to learn. In this day and age, though, things change a lot. Facebook is not the same as when we all got on it. It changes all the time. And ads, I was surprised at how much in a year from when I ran my first ads, how much it's changed now. I would have liked to have had a resource. Because you know what? The book that I have, which is a great book, and I know the guy that wrote it, the day the book came out, Facebook changed everything.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes with our courses. We recently came out with a Google course, and they made changes that I didn't know they were going to make like a week after we launched our course. But every month we go back through our courses, and our students let us know. We usually try to stay on it. They are very quick to let us know when something needs to be updated, and we every week try to make sure we're making new videos to keep everything up to date, because that's our promise right on our homepage, is the most updated online advertising courses. That's a big thing.
That's awesome. And I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and when the new version of the course came out, hey, buddy, I got some folks that want to meet you. So click the link in the coupon code, which whether it's above, below, the description, or wherever you see this, and go check out Justin's course. And there's nobody else I would rather learn from personally. So if you want to run ads like I do, go to the guys that's showing me too. Okay? So thanks, everybody. Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate the time that you spent with us. Is there anything you want to say just heading out?
Thank you guys for having me on, and step your way up. Use the coupon code and grab our Facebook course.
Very cool. Thanks, Justin. We'll see you all next time.